You might be wondering why I revealed myself to the crewmates, even though my own partner had already exposed me. But for you to understand, we have to go back to the beginning. At the beginning of the round, I flawlessly faked my asteroid task and weapons right in front of the crewmates. I knew the visual task setting was disabled. I had already begun shaping my untouchable image. After exactly 13 calculated seconds, I moved again. My performance was perfect. I walked back into the cafeteria and activated my vanish ability. I headed to medbay and jumped into the vent. From the shadows, I saw Purple standing completely alone in electrical. I recognized my opportunity immediately. I jumped out of the vent and immediately dove back in. My plan was for the crewmates to spot the vent animation through the wall and storm into electrical to catch the killer, only to find Purple standing there all alone. Any crewmate would immediately suspect him, and exactly as I had foreseen, Rose walked in and saw Purple. Maroon checked in shortly after to see who had jumped from the vent. To complete my masterpiece, I emerged in security, sprinted to medbay and eliminated Tan. I immediately retreated into the vent and watched as my imposter partner executed a Viper kill in electrical. Then the body was found. Maroon immediately spoke up. Rose or Purple vented in electrical, so I stepped in immediately. Who was there first? Rose answered. I think Purple vented in electrical. I had successfully framed Purple. No one was voted out. I continued to the reactor and vanished once more. I went to security and took the vent, but when Pink entered electrical, I could not resist. I burst out of the shadows, eliminated him, and instantly disappeared back to security. But then it happened! Maroon saw me vent! I instantly triggered a reactor meltdown to cause panic, but my pathetic, miserable partner failed to understand the situation. Instead of killing Maroon to silence him, he eliminated Lime in the reactor. Maroon immediately sprinted to the emergency button, but he was completely powerless against me. I simply waited for my kill cooldown to tick down, walked up, and executed him in the middle of the cafeteria right in front of Purple. The body was reported instantly. As expected, Purple accused me right away. But that was exactly my plan. It was the perfect setup to blame a shapeshifter. I immediately typed that I had just seen myself commit a kill. Purple believed my lie without hesitation. No one was voted out. Shortly after, Purple hit the emergency button and suddenly accused my partner Cyan. To completely restore my own trust among the crew, I did what was necessary. But my worthless pawn refused to accept his fate. He tried to drag me down with him, but his fate had long been sealed. I immediately triggered the O2 alarm and repaired it entirely by myself at both locations. Rose pressed the emergency button instantly. They desperately wanted to vote me out, but I was ready. Maroon and Rose had seen Purple venting in the very first round. I had them completely back on my side. The plans I had set in motion at the very beginning of the game had finally borne fruit! I waited patiently for the perfect opportunity, and there it was. Blue was standing completely alone in navigation. I eliminated him without a second thought. I sabotaged the reactor to lure the remaining crewmates to the left side of the ship, but Purple and Rose did not come. I ran straight to them and revealed my true nature right before their eyes. And then, I executed my final kill! And just like that, I claimed my legendary victory. In a game where all stood against me, I controlled every move, every thought, every outcome. This world is now exactly as I desire it to be.